All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:27 in the morning of November 11th, 2021, and this is my morning trading strategy session. So, first up, we have FOSL. FOSL Group is, they make apparel, engages in the design, marketing, and distribution of consumer fashion accessories. Okay, so they had an earnings report, and they beat on earnings by 523% and fell on revenue by 1%. So they've tightened up operations. They've managed to essentially increase their earnings while they're by 523%, while their revenues basically stayed flat. I mean, they did drop a 1%. Now, there are a lot of tricks. There are a lot of things that they did in order to be able to do that. Some of it's accounting tricks. Some of it's actual trimming of costs. So this could just be a one-time thing, and it probably just is. It probably is. So will it give a trade, basically? And we'll have to see. I think that there's probably going to be quite a bit of profit taking on this one. The consumer is coming back. This thing's super choppy. You can see back here, it popped up on the, on the 27th of January of this year, popped up to a high of $28.60. And then just kind of fell away from there and just continued to fall away, essentially continued to fall away until this last earnings report here. You can see these previous earnings reports. Let's see. Yeah, they're missing on revenues quite a bit in the past. Hitting on earnings, but missing on revenues. So, let's see, 410, 491. That is pretty. So they missed on. They've missed on revenues. Reported 363. 410, 491, but revenues are up. They are consistently growing ever since COVID. Here is 528 million. That was a year after the whole shutdown disaster started to happen. Yeah, they were pre-COVID. They reported 711 million in revenues in was this February of 2020. So they're still down quite significantly from 711 million down to 491 million. What is that? 35% roughly. Here, let's see. No, I don't know what that. The calculator. There we go. So 711 minus, what did I say, 491, 220 divided by 711. Yeah, they're down 30.1% still. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of profit taking being taken on this one this morning. Let's see. Let me look at the pre-market volume here real quick. Yeah, pre-market volume is still pretty low at 400,000 shares traded so far this morning, and it's on a 44 million share float. So, as floats go, I'd expect this thing to have. I would have expected this thing to be a large cap, but it's a mid cap. So that's interesting. My trading platform just glitched out for a second there. So, yeah, I'm expecting some pretty heavy profit taking on this one. So, what I think is likely to occur is that if there's a trade on this one, it's averaging in between the 61.8 and the 50% fib. It's between $16.60 and $16.07. And I'll probably, if I average into this, I'll probably do this pre-market. I'll probably put these orders in just before the bell. Stagger, I don't know, maybe 500 shares. purchase between $16.60 and $16 even. So that's roughly in between the 61.8 and the 5.0. All right. Open. This was what was this one? Technology services, internet software services. I've heard of this one before. Open Door Technologies operates as an online platform for buying, selling, and trading in residential properties. Okay. Company was founded. I see. Okay. So someone foreign wrote this intro right here. The company was founded, Eric Wu, on December 30th, 2013, is headquartered in Tempe, Arizona. Don't know a lot about this company. I've heard of it. It's had a nice surprise upside on both earnings and revenue. I don't know about its forward guidance. Yeah, and it raised forward guidance. This is probably the one that I'll pay attention to most closely, actually, since it's got all three kind of, the trifecta, earnings up, revenues up, forward guidance up. Those are always very bullish for a stock. So I'll probably pay closest attention to Open, actually. MQ, now MQ is one, I don't think I traded this one before, but I did put a Fibonacci. I don't remember putting this Fibonacci on it, but I did. And the Fibonacci runs from the 22nd of October to the open of the 27th of October. I don't remember if I traded this one or not. So, it's possible, but I really can't remember. And when I pulled this one up, I was like, oh, I already have a Fibonacci on it. That's odd. So here it is. I think this Fibonacci still seems to be relevant. You can see here on the 10th of November yesterday yesterday, that it came back down to the very zero level of this Fibonacci right here and is now bouncing away. And, for generally speaking, the price action has obeyed, these Fibonaccis, roughly. There are a couple days in here where it decided, it's going to do something else. But I mean, like, for example, this day here on November 4th, I mean, it opened just below this Fibonacci and closed just above this Fibonacci, and seems to have tagged the tails, almost tagged the bottom Fibonacci here, but it missed by just a few cents of the top Fibonacci there. So it looks like this Fibonacci is still relevant. If it opened up right now, it would open up just slightly below the 50% level. So I have it on watch. And I don't know if I'll trade it or not. I'll have to see. I'm going to put an alarm on that 29. What is it? 2902. We'll call it. And if it breaks that level, then during regular trading hours, then maybe I'll take a look at it. PPSI is popping up again today. This is one that I traded back here on the 8th of November. I did well on this one. I think I traded 3,000 shares of it in this day and managed to do okay. Managed to do okay on that day. So it's popping up again today. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with it here. So it's just on watch. You can see as I take the Fibonacci away, you can kind of see where it might attempt to do sort of a pop-up and then sort of a rounding bottom and then up again. And that could happen here in this day right here. It could kind of just take off. This thing had pretty good news. Let's see. It was the 8th, is that right? The 9th? 8th. Let's see. The 8th of November. Oh, okay, that's right. Pioneer Power Solutions launches mobile electric vehicle charging stations, shares surge. Is this the one that partnered with GM? Oh, here we go. In connection with this, the company appointed Gio Morican, a former General Electric senior executive, as president of Pioneer Power Mobility, a subsidiary created to sell the products. Okay, so this thing's making moves. I don't know much about the product. Uh, yeah, it's November 8th. Yeah, okay. Oh, and back here on June 8th, it joined the Russell Microcap Index. Let's see how it's doing. I mean, it's doing some revenues, 20 million. This is annually. Let's see what it's doing quarterly. All right, so in the past 4 quarters, 4 million in revenue, 5.35 million in revenue, 3.5 in revenue, 5.6 in revenue. So it's 5.6 plus 3.5, and it comes out to 9, right? Yeah, 9, 14.3 roughly. 17, so in the past 4 quarters, it's done roughly, we'll call it 17.5 million in revenues. Earnings are in the negative, unfortunately. It had 1 quarter or actually it had 2 quarters where it was up on earnings. But earnings, is kind of tricky. There are a lot of accounting tricks that can be played with earnings. So, yeah, all right. It's on watch. PPSI is on watch. If it decides to start running up today, I'll look for it to break to break 897. I'll put an alarm on that. If it breaks 897, then there'll probably be some more buying in front of it. So, all right. So yeah, let's go check here the broader indices. I think this is a BTFD right here. If you don't know what BTFD is, I don't know. Maybe you could Google BTFD. But yeah, basically, it's looking pretty bullish here. Normal, everyday kind of pullback situation after having I think this is roughly a 9% run from 426 up to 471. Actually, that might be greater than 9% here. Let's see, 10.39%. Yeah. So after a 10% run up, you can expect some pullback here. And this is so far it's only a 1.83% pullback. I really don't think it's going to last very much longer, if at all. So the VIX. So I like to use this is what I have on the VIX. The VIX is above its trading trend, its high end level here. I wouldn't be surprised to see the VIX come back down below the 1745 level and then start aiming for 14.16. This is a gap that was made between the 2 white dashed lines. That's the gap that was put in February of 2020 after the markets started to crash. It's come up to sort of test the bottom of that gap again. And it looks to me like it's going to fail and fade away. That's my opinion. I'm going to go to crypto here. Bitcoin has come up and it did another look above. So back here, let's see. Yeah, there we go. So Bitcoin's been kind of doing this. Let me get that out of the way. Here we go. Right there. There we go. So earlier, let's see. This was in October. This was the previous high back here at 64,000, this yellow dashed line right here. And Bitcoin did a look above and then a fail over this 64,895 level right here. And so then it took its time to build up some more steam and then did a look above and a fail again right here at this 67,016. Really, it's still bullish. I think, in fact, actually, it's probably even more bullish if this thing decides to stabilize and then just start doing a continual march up from bottom left to top right. There are going to be jitters, kind of the whole way. But if that's the way it looks like it's setting up to me, I don't see anything getting in the way of Bitcoin advancing. I mean, there's going to be a correction along the way. I mean, it's only had a more than a 50% move here since July. I mean, and we're only in October. I mean, so there are going to be jitters, but to me, it kind of looks like it's setting up to just be a steady bottom left, top right kind of move for the foreseeable future. All right, then after that, that's pretty much what I've got for the day today. All right. Good luck out there. Keep your wrists tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.